Hello everybody and welcome back to today's One Punch Man the Strongest video. Today I'm going over You Are King and the Southeast Asia version of One Punch Man the Strongest. So I'm going to get right into the video. Attack skills. Threaten a single target, applying Shatter to the target for 2 rounds, which decreases damage free by 20%. Recover own HP equal to 120% of attack. So basically he heals himself and then also does Shatter. Ultimate attack. And then there's Keepsake. Heals all allies by 150% of King's max HP and 100% of own max HP as Specialized Guard. Grants allies in the same row, or all allies, Specialized Berserk. First strike deals Berserk damage by 150% of King's max HP with a chance of crit. Consumes 150 or 100 points of energy gauge for every enemy hit and lasts 1 round. This is very similar to Garyu Plus's Berserk that he does on his ultimate. And so none of the Specialized Berserk stacks, but You Are King's does override Alloy Plus's Berserk. So that is a good thing to keep in mind, and just so you don't feel like you wasted pulling an A2 Alloy. Just, you know, you could have pulled something else, but it's still a very good pull. Passive abilities. Passive 5-star and 5P. When battle begins, allies in the same row gain 3 or 5 rounds of excess recovery. Converts excess HP from healing and drain into HP shield. HP shield will not be more than 20% of original max HP of the character. Heals all allies, or not allies, heals characters in the same row by 450 or 600% of King's max HP. Before any character acts, remove Disabled, maybe also Adhesion, from himself and allies in the same row. Awakening passive. After any ally acts, King and allies in the same row perform combo follow-up for 100% or 150% of his damage, of their damage, and 100% of effect of that ultimate skill. Random targets not affected by hit/res, and twice in the first round for Awakening 2, and once in the first round for everything else. Or once per round for everything else. Allies in the same row share 50% or 60% of direct damage with King. Share damage is reduced by 50% or 80% and cannot share damage when HP is below 30%. So he does lower direct damage, and if you pair him up with characters like You Are Metal Bat and You Are G4, and also Alloy, if you do want to pair him up with that, that does stack all together, which is an insane combo. Recommended gears. Gear set / builds. Drive or battle set, HP percent. I don't have an image for this, sadly, but you know what drive is if you are pulling You Are King, really. Buff gear. Hero, HP percent plus HP. S-class is HP plus damage free, I would honestly say. And then Esper is HP plus block rate, at least in my own opinion. You could also go with resistance if you really want to as well. You could also go with bonus damage free, but I just chose damage free as it's more general. High-end lineups. Now, I'm not super great with making lineups. However, this is what I see to be like a super high-end lineup, as this is probably the best lineup, but there's also other pretty good ones, and these are generally the ones I would pick from if you have these characters. Low-end lineups. I had a little hard time trying to make these lineups, as I don't really know what is considered low end, especially if you're pulling a UR. It also is kind of funky that we got Drive Night Plus as a red ticket banner recently, so I mean, I guess I put that in the low end teams as well. Now there's Boros, Sonic, these are people that you probably should have pulled if you had the chance, and this is lower end people. Along with, and then there's this one where if you could only get Sonic, or you don't have Glory Boss, you have these characters, very end of the SSR Plus era, you could also do this. If you joined after Boros, then you could maybe do this. Or if you just simply didn't get Boros for some reason, I couldn't tell you why you would have done that, but alright. Then there's also this team, which is just, as is. I don't really know how to format it, but this is a pretty decent team. Perks. Extremely strong support. Gives Specialized Berserk, row follow-ups, Specialized Guard, Life Armor to the same row and shares damage with allies in the same row. This is insane, as it's basically Deep Sea King plus, Alloy plus, along with Drive Knight plus core, and Boros UR core, along with the minions or something of like Goketsu plus. This is an absolutely insane character and is basically a must pull if you even want to slightly compete at all, or even want to do even more damage, as he is even good in PvE modes. Follow-ups ignore disabled and specialized stun, which is probably one of the biggest issues in the game, is specialized stun and normal stun. Now, there is new characters coming out in CN that do counter stun. However, you know, you do want to be able to be immune, or at least not have to deal with that as much before that character comes out. He's basically a core character. He grants specialized guard and life armor, at least when he has his keepsake, which is absolutely insane. Every buff is based off of HP, which is a very easy stat to build, as HP does increase quite fast. Pairs amazing with characters like UR Metal Bat or UR G4. UR G4, if he has his keepsake, would probably pair better. However, in PvE or PvB, which is player versus bosses, he will do absolutely insane follow-ups. Along with Metal Bat UR, who will basically just fucking destroy columns every single time that he gets a follow-up, or even ultimates normally. Scheduling is easy due to being not near any largely important characters, and 3 months after Boros UR, and UR Atomic is pretty shit, and UR Galewind, I believe, which is right after UR Atomic, is not a needed character if you already have Sonic. However, if you don't have Sonic, then go get Galewind when you can. Issues. He has a mild investment. He's not a super high investment. You could invest a lot into him, but you don't need to. Berserk isn't the strongest in the current era, although it is very helpful. And a lot of HP-based characters may be hard to find resources to invest into UR King. I personally am going to have a slight issue investing into him, as I will probably just try to get him to all 4-star and then leave it at that. Overall, insane supporting unit. Good if you couldn't get UR Boros or SSR plus Drive Knight during his red banner. Like, holy hell, that was really weird. Good tank for PvP and PvE/B. Very easy to schedule for, with surrounding characters being unimportant or just bad. UR Atomic Sandbag, which is, you know, pretty funny to say, but yeah, he's kind of shit. Even 4 months after his release, he's still bad. Should you pull? Free to play? 100% go for it. Pull him. I'd even recommend it. Although Hellfire Flame does kind of counter him just a little bit, it should be completely fine. Definitely get his keepsake, as that specialized guard is definitely very useful, along with the Berserk to his whole team. I don't recommend 2 Awakening to him, as you only get that second follow-up in the first round, which isn't all that useful, but I can still see it being used and definitely being very powerful. Now, Low Spender, I would say generally the same for Awakening 1 and Keepsake, along with Awakening 2 if you really want to, although I'd say probably not if you are trying to get characters afterwards, such as UR Galewind or UR Melzerguard. Pay-to-win players definitely get Awakening 1, definitely get his Keepsake along with Awakening 2 if you really want to. Generally, it's a pretty good investment, as you can basically have your Metal Bat ultimate 3 times, which will absolutely annihilate the entire team, but you don't really need to, but I do recommend it. So anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. I will be streaming later on YouTube, as I always do, and I will be doing UR King polls as soon as I can. I hope you guys all have a great day. Join my Discord server in the description below. Support me if you would like to. I have a Patreon if you'd also like to join that, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.